back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We're back for our third and final match of the night. Your boy Psychonautic back in the booth, ready to bring you some of that sweet play-by-play action, and I'm going to be joined by a very special friend, my co-host and Season 4 Best Caster Duo Partner, GM of the Fruit Ninjas, so on and so forth, management member, Squirrel. How you doing tonight, bud?
Psycho, I'm doing great, and with an intro like that, I just couldn't ask for anything better. But I'm super excited to be here. Super excited casting with you. We make a great duo, and I'm super excited for this matchup that we have coming up with the number 8 Samurai taking on the number 7 Drakes. This is the third time these teams have met this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bang up match. As you said, this will be their third time facing off. Samurai holding the advantage of the regular season records between the two teams, but both kind of had a similar run, I guess you would say. Well, no, they both had similarities. Both changed up rosters in about mid-season, but Samurai started off really, really strong and had a late fall down, unfortunately, as they've not been doing so. They didn't do so well in the remaining games of the regular season.
Yeah, Samurai losing Lancer late in the season, and Lancer, one of my best friends in the server, and it hurts to see him not there anymore. And it hurts the Samurai because he is a very integral part of their roster. But they have picked up Snipe, so I don't know if Snipe will be playing tonight, but we'll see how that works out. But Drake's looking pretty solid, uh, rocking Seuss, Pred, Koala Bear, and Davy. Four really solid guys taking on Steve, Snipe, Zuletta, and Blazing Dragon. It's gonna be an all-out shootout, and it could be Game 5, just like we saw on Wednesday.
Yeah, and as you said, these both of these teams coming out of the Pacific Division, and their regular season records were extremely close. Drake's ended it out with 11-7, Samurai ending theirs with 10-8, and they both made it here into the play-in bracket, where the winner of this match will move on into the playoffs and face off against Dissolved, and the loser will move on to the next round, where they will face off against the winner of the Assassins and the Tigers, which I think all of those matches right there will be quite interesting. But it looks like we've got everybody in the lobby here, Squirrel. So let me hear it from you. Who do you think's taking this, Samurai or Drake's?
I'm the Samurai's #1 fan. I've said it since day one, so I'm gonna give the edge to Samurai, just because they took Drake's to 5 with a prospect sub up. So with 3 Challenger League players, I think they have this one.
We'll have to see if you are right, and your faith in these guys is not misplaced, as Davey starts things off, getting a early look on the net. Nobody was back, but the shot was wide. Koala Bear trying his hand at the shot, not able to get it on target though. Not relenting, CB Fades had to get up in front of that ball and put it down. He did just that as the ball floats in the midfield. Steve is there again. Koala going to take it from him in the corner, but he's going to get the demo, leaving an open lane for Blazing Dragon. Gets it past two of the defenders. Zuletta's there. He's going to slam it home. Samurai get the early lead here in game number 1.
And the double commit on defense from the Drakes leaves that net open, but the early demos coming out from Samurai and the good pressure in the corner makes that goal happen. In 30 seconds, Samurai's up 1.
And you love to see it if you are a Samurai fan. They are already on fire. Zuletta almost getting another shot. Blazing Dragon shot going to bounce off the crossbar. Stevie Fades there to clean it up. Nobody from Drake's back to make the stop.
Yeah, all out pressure right now from the Samurai, playing how they like to play, just full boost at the ball, playing as fast as possible, and Drakes have to adjust to that pressure because they're already down by 2.
And both of their goals was results of a double commit there on defense. The Drakes being double committing 2 times in a row, and being punished both times in the first minute of this game. Though they still have plenty of time to make a comeback here if they can just calm down, take a couple deep breaths, focus on what's going on, and get back into this game. Blazing Dragon getting it past one. Seuss going to take it away from him, gets it through Stevie in his own corner. Seuss with the follow. Zuleta back, stops Davey as Davey trying to find the pass from his teammate. Stevie Fades is going to big clear that one. Seuss having to get in front of it as it was dangerously on net, but he did make the stop. Drake's save face on that one. Zuleta going to 50 with Koala Bear there. Stevie Fades also going to 50. Another double come out from the Drakes there, but Samurai not able to capitalize on this one. Koala Bear is going to send it out, and now we see the double commit from the Samurai there as two of them collide in the midfield. Davey to send that one all the way down. Blazing Dragon back in time to make the stop with 3 minutes left on the clock here, Squirrel. Samurai still up by 2 and not showing any signs of giving up a goal here to the Drakes.
No, we just saw the Drake's real first sustained offense, and it was quickly sent the other way by the Samurai. And the Samurai, even though they're double committing on offense, they're executing their game plan perfectly, and that's just create as much pressure as possible.
And that was a close one. Seuss almost able to find the back of the net there from a pass from a Drake's teammate, but unfortunately, it's going to bounce off of the post and out of the net, not resulting in a goal. With a little over 2 minutes left on the clock here, Drakes are starting to run out of time. Zuleta finding possibly an open net. Oh my goodness, not able to get it through the crossbar as he tries to find that double. Stevie Fades back, making the stop. This could be dangerous. Koala's there, and he misses the touch. Zuleta gets the easy clear. Seuss trying to keep the pressure up for the Drakes. Davey is there. The ball bounces out of the corner off the backboard of Samurai. Seuss there for the look and gonna find the back of the net.
Yeah, the Drake's just absolutely boost starving Samurai right there. You see Zuleta just flipping, trying to get to the ball, but Seuss with the boost, able to beat him to it to bring this one within one. And now we've got a game, Psycho.
We certainly do. And Drakes are showing us they are not out of this yet. Samurai might have started off strong, but the Drakes have been gearing up as this game has progressed. Blazing Dragon getting one across, but nobody from Samurai there to find a shot on net. Koala Bear almost able to get it through, just barely missing as it hit the bottom of the post. Zuleta can't get it through. Seuss gonna meet him at the ball, defend and take advantage. Zuleta trying to break up the pass play there. Stevie Fades off the side, can't follow it as he gets sent back into Samurai defensive zone. Blazing Dragon stick with it, leaves it for Zuleta. Blazing Dragon goes up for the bump. Zuleta not able to follow the ball as he sends it into the corner there. A minute left on the clock here, Squirrel. Blazing Dragon having to make that stop. Davey almost with something. Seuss trying but not gonna find it. But 45 seconds left here, Squirrel, and Samurai still up by 1. Do you think Drakes have what it takes? Or are they going to lose game 1 here?
I think Drakes definitely have what it takes. As these offensive just attacks keep getting more and more dangerous by the Drakes. And a good fake from Koala there, but Steve shuts it down. And that's what I like about the Drakes. They can play fast and they can slow it down. Both of them equally as deadly.
I couldn't agree with that statement anymore. But the final 15 seconds here, Blazing trying to find another goal to secure the win. As they only have to keep... Oh my goodness, what a pass play coming out from the Drakes there. It looked like Koala to Davey, back to Koala.
Koala to Davey, back to Koala, all off that double commit by, I think it was Steve and Zuleta off that side wall. And now tied 2-2 with 6 seconds left. It's looking like we're going to have an overtime unless these kickoff shenanigans can happen.
Now, what a play right there coming out from the Drakes in the final seconds of that game. Able to just zigzag the ball down the pitch. That looked like something that you would see. Oh, Blazing almost finding a look. But that play, Squirrel, looked like something that you would see out of a pro playbook.
Yeah. Just showing off the mechanics from these Challenger League players, showing you why they deserve a spot in the playoffs with just mechanics and team plays, and just being able to control the ball like that.
I definitely agree with that. And Davey trying to end this thing right then and there as he took it down for a solo play, but unable to find the back of the net as Samurai's defenses hold strong. Stevie Fades was there, finds the touch, but it just barely misses. Blazing Dragon trying to bring it back in front of Drake's net. Davey trying to get the clear. Koala fighting with Stevie Fades in the midfield as he's going to stick to it. He gets the flick out to Davey. What a shot, but Stevie Fades with a great save right there on the goal line. Seuss trying to clean it up for the Drakes, but unable to find the accuracy as Blazing is going to get that ball cleared out. It's up the wall. Somebody, yes, Zuleta is there, finds the backboard, but Koala going to get the clear as we clear over a minute in this overtime for game number 1 here. Davey can't get it through. Stevie Fades going to get his Savior medal for this game. And Blazing going to clear it out, trying to get something happening for the Samurai. The ball's popped out to the mid. Stevie Fades gets control of it, gets it past one defender. It looks like some miscommunications came out as both of the Samurai pulled off the ball there in the midfield. And we are getting desperately close to the 2-minute mark here in this overtime, Squirrel. This is turning out to be quite the nail biter.
Yeah, just the offense from Drake's has done a complete turnaround since the opening minute of this game. They're looking good, they're looking fast, but the defense from the Samurai have held strong.
Yes, it certainly has, and almost right there, Blazing able to make the stop. That's going to bounce off the crossbar. A little bit of luck in favor of the
God,
Samurai. Oh my goodness, that was almost the end of it right there, Squirrel.
that was so close, and I don't know how they scored or how they didn't get scored on. Just a little bit of shooting accuracy was the difference there, and honestly, a little bit of accuracy might be the difference in this series.
Yes, a little. This is a situation where a little bit goes a long way. Koala with a carry. He knew he couldn't get it where he needed it to go, so he just went up with it and ended up getting it away from one of Samurai's challenging players. Seuss getting bumped by his teammate right there. Still finds the 50 against Fades, but Stevie trying desperately to get it out of his defensive zone. Leaves it for Zuleta. Zuleta coming off the sidewall, trying to get a little mechanical. Finds Stevie in the mid. Oh my goodness, Davey with the goal line save. What is this madness right now, Squirrel?
They're free jump aerial passing it Challenger. Oh my god, the mechanics from Samurai coming out in full force, but the Drakes stand strong on defense, not letting that crazy play go in.
And both of these teams just pulling out the stops right now. Remember, this is game number 1. We are at 3 minutes and 40 seconds of overtime here. And I think that these two teams are showing us a little bit of what they have stored for us in the future games here. Seuss comes out of the corner. We see the double commit come out there, but Blaze gonna help Stevie with that bump there, helps him get it down the court, or excuse me, the pitch a little bit faster. Davey going into a bit of a tailspin there, trying to control the ball. Zuleta putting it off the backboard. Stevie there. Stevie is there, takes the shot, but Koala Bear stands strong on the goal line, keeps the Drakes alive here as we go past the 4-minute mark in this overtime. Koala Bear trying to find the double, not going to be able to, though. Seuss going to get stuffed there, trying to take his shot as it gets sent out. Stevie Fades trying to get with it, but gets a little bit awkward. Zuleta trying to come in and help him out, but Seuss takes it away from him. Blazing getting in front of it. Koala Bear's shot going to go wide, and we see yet another opportunity missed by the Drakes here, Squirrel, due to just a fraction of accuracy, basically lost accuracy.
Yeah, but eventually one of those is going to find the back of the net as it's all brick walls will fall. But Davy with a great clear, and just the showing from both teams and the ability to stay composed and not let a goal go in 5 minutes of OT is insane. These people have played an extra game of Rocket League, Psycho.
Yes, we're getting the two for right now, as I like to call it, the 2-for-1 special. And that is what these two teams are prepared to give us. Zuleta trying desperately to end it. Stevie Fades is there, but his shot also just going to be a little inaccurate. And I feel like, I mean, not to downplay anybody here, Squirrel, but I feel like both of these teams are starting to panic a little bit. I think that the nerves are getting, the best of them as they know, sort of like it's like two martial art masters that fight before they even move. These guys, this is just the first match, and they're showing each other what they're made of straight out the gate.
Yeah, neither person wants to be that one person that makes the mistake that costs them this 6 minute OT. Uh, and that, whoever wins this one is going to take a whole lot of momentum going into that next one, Psycho.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. A loss from a situation like this is quite demoralizing. The only thing that we can hope is that whatever team does take the loss has the mental fortitude to persevere through the loss, put it behind them, and move forward in game number two the exact same way that they played in game number one. Because honestly, if someone asked me, what would you do? What would you change if you were on one of these teams, Squirrel? I wouldn't have a good answer for him right now. I'd tell him I'd play the exact same way because this is going to come down to whoever makes the first mistake.
Yeah, both teams are playing absolutely like immaculate right now, and really it's just slight shooting accuracy from both teams, and whoever can just put that ball on target, because they're creating so many opportunities. It's just bouncing right off the post or the crossbar.
And it is turning out to be a game of endurance here, but Koala Bear finally gonna stick the fork in. It's done. Game number one, 7-minute, 10-second overtime is gonna go in favor of the Drakes.
Just a really awkward bounce there off the corner over over the head of Blazing, and 7 minutes OT comes down to just a slight misread. But like, look at these stats. Like,
Oh my goodness.
800 points, 700 points, 600 points, and then on the other side, 880, 770, 580. And the saves from both teams, 10 for the Drakes, 13 for the Samurai, and it was an absolute shootout from both teams.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know if that's the longest OT that Nemesis has had, but it's definitely got to be, I'd say, in the top 3 to 5 because I know that's probably the longest OT that I've ever personally casted for. I was starting to get tired watching these guys. Like I wanted to put my controller down, and I'm not even holding my controller.
Yeah, that's that's what these guys are gonna have to bounce back from. You didn't want to hold your controller anymore. Well, these guys have to hold their controller for another 5 minutes, and then another 5 minutes. And if it's not a sweep, they're gonna have to go for even more than that. So, it's definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint in this series, as we could have multiple games that end like that.
Yeah, I fully agree. And what I'm really interested to get into this second game, let me tell you. I don't know. It's not even just because I'm the AGM War Room. I don't, it's been a minute since I've seen competition this close. Usually there's at least an apparent, okay, these guys have the leg up here. If these guys don't turn, no, these guys are pound for pound fighting right now, Squirrel.
Yeah, and now an interesting decision. You mentioned that you wouldn't change anything up between game one and two because it was so close for both teams, but they Samurai switch and snipe, and now they're the ones that get scored on in the opening 10 seconds.
And that is that's a tough way to answer a change. You make a change, you're like, okay, let's make this change here, and boom, immediately get scored off the first kickoff. That is not what you love to see. But some people, I don't know Snipe. Honestly, he's fairly new to the team. I haven't had much of a chance to talk with him, but I do know that some people come into these types of situations. That he just walked into, get scored on, and it just lights a fire under their butt. It doesn't discourage them. It just makes them play harder, faster, and stronger.
what a 50 there from Zuleta. But
Ooh.
I agree with you, Psycho. And Snipe is higher MMR than Blazing, and he's the guy that has to fill Lancer's shoes as he gets that great pass out to Steve in the midfield to tie this one up.
And there we have it. Snipe showing up, getting the dime pass out to Fades. Fades is there. He's going to put it in. If he's got a slot, he's going to find it. His accuracy is just that good. I've heard this pretty much the same thing about like Seuss and Koala, and I think this team even has the player Pred, which I've heard a lot of hype about.
Yeah, a lot of talent from both rosters, as I think we almost saw a pinch goal there, but just a little bit off the crossbar. And the mechanics from both teams are just nuts for Challenger League.
I agree, and Seuss gonna find the second goal for the Drakes there, getting it past the defender on the back wall.
Yeah, Snipe with not a great touch, sending it back out to the middle, and Seuss, right place at the right time, just buries that one faster than the defender can get there to take a 1-goal lead in this game.
We're seeing a little bit, it seems like a bit faster score setup here. The last game, 2-2 throughout the entire thing. I know we haven't passed that score line yet, but it definitely seems like these teams are scoring faster in game number 2 than they were in game number 1, Squirrel.
Yeah, I agree, and it's going to be an absolute shootout all series, as I don't think either of these two teams are going to be content with just sitting on defense. And we'll see how Snipe can adjust to that. I know this fast level of play is not something that's super common.
Most definitely, and we will see immediately what is going to happen with theirs. Koala Bear tries to slow the play down, gets the flick over Zuleta, but Snipe there off the backboard to make the defensive play. Zuleta there going to make the stop on the goal line. Stevie Fades gets in front of the ball, sends it down off. Seuss ends there for his own cleanup. Or I'm sorry, was that Snipe that sent it down? Oh no, Snipe passed it. See.
Yeah, Steve just hits it right at Seuss, makes him awkward, and is just has the vision to follow up that touch and put that one in the net to tie it up with just under 3 minutes left.
Yeah, an unfortunate touch from Seuss there on the goal line. I know that happens to me. Sometimes it feels real bad. Koala Bear showing off the mechanics, almost able to get a flip reset shot. Definitely got the flip reset, but not able to get a good touch on the ball to send it into a dangerous trajectory towards the net. Snipe in the midfield sends it up. Seuss waiting off the sidewall, gets the touch down. Zuleta's there, misses the touch, but fakes out Koala. Steve, last one back, has to get it through 2, but he cannot stop the Drake's offense right there.
Yeah, Steve with an unfortunate 50 right into the arms of Koala, who had an open net, and he just gets a light touch and taps it in the open net to take the lead. And it seems like there's been a goal scored almost every 30 seconds, Psycho.
Yeah, pretty close, mathematically at least. And Stevie Fade's gonna score yet another one coming off of the kickoff, tying us up again at 3.
Steve is a competitor, and he does not like to lose. Off the kickoff, a great read, and sends that one in. He's 3 for 3 in this game, just putting the team on his back and making a statement.
Certainly is. Zuleta for the kickoff. Seuss gonna get the advantage, but Stevie Fades up in time to take it away from him. Davey puts it into his own corner, but Fades is going to stick with the ball and play the aggressive play here. He sends it out to the mid. It does get cleared out. Snipe waiting for it in the Samurai defensive zone. Snipe going to stick with it in the corner, but Koala takes it away from him, sends it down. Looked like Fades missed his touch there. Zuleta did as well. Davey left with the shot, but Seuss going to come up and find the back of the net. Drake's now leading once again with 4 goals.
Yeah, Steve and Zuleta missing their back-to-back touches really puts your third in a rough position. Snipe, instead of trying to just hit that one as hard as he can, should have controlled it to the corner or pinched it off to the side. But that ball popped right back out, and now Drake's back up by 1 in what has turned into just both teams trading blows.
And we'll see if Samurai are able to bring it back and keep up with this pound-for-pound fight, or if Drakes have already buried the dagger and the Samurai just don't know it yet. Snipe trying to find the back of the net, but but it bounces off of the post. Stevie Fades gets it past one. Koala waiting for it on his goal line. Snipe to put it up, but Davey with a beautiful save on the goal line coming off of his backboard. Stevie Fades trying to keep the pressure alive for Samurai. Stevie gets in front of that one, pops it up. Zuleta in the midfield tries to send one down, but it's inaccurate and goes to the side. Davey to take control. Snipe putting one up, but Koala Bear, a brick wall, stays up and gets the defensive play for the Drakes. Zuleta sending it down. Snipes there. He's looking for the angle. Does he find it? Oh, so close, but Davey able to get to the ball and send it away. And what a defensive play from the Drakes there, Squirrel.
That was a crazy defensive stop and a crazy offensive opportunity, as that was an insane angle. And then a demo coming out leaves it wide open for Seuss as they capitalize to go up by 2 with 30 seconds left.
And that is quite unfortunate for the Samurai fan, as they only have, as you said, they only have 30 seconds left to get 2 goals. These guys are definitely capable of doing it, as we saw Stevie Fades score off of the kickoff already in this game. And Zuleta takes it. Zuleta in the corner, trying to get the pinch. It doesn't quite pinch hard enough. Koala Bear pops it over. Snipe tries to get it past Steve, but Steve puts it into the Drake's corner. Snipe sticking with it, but Davey is going to stay strong in his defensive play. Koala Bear pops it up. He only has to waste time. 5 seconds left. It's looking pretty much impossible for Samurai to bring this game back here. And Drake's going to take game number 2 and be sitting on match point in the series here, Squirrel.
Yeah, and as Samurai, you have to ask yourself, was Snipe the play there as they took game 1 the distance with Blazing? So that's a question that this roster has to answer, and that's something that we can't really answer for them. But both teams playing really solid. Drake's just 10 shots to Samurai's 9, and it looks like the saves were even on both sides. That just means that the shooting accuracy is better from the Drakes right now.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Both of these teams still playing solid. Samurai, I don't think that, you said maybe Snipe wasn't the move. Maybe putting him in was or wasn't the move. I don't think that it really changed much for him. Aside, we didn't go to an OT, but I think that first game might have went to an OT because both of these guys were kind of feeling each other out a little bit. They were trying to see what sort of mistakes could be made, what sort of baits can be laid and tricks can be put down. But we'll have to see here. It doesn't look like Blazing Dragon is joining the match, so I think that they're going to put Blazing Dragon, Snipe, and who is their third going to be?
It looked like Zuleta left the lobby, so maybe Snipe, Steve, and Blazing. So we'll see how that dynamic works. But this whole shifting the roster around is very risky this late into the season, Psycho.
It is very risky, but I can tell you from a strategic standpoint, as one thing that I've seen teams do before is if you play a game with a roster or with your 3 guys and you lose, change one of the elements of that. You lose again, you change one of the elements of that. I've seen that third time's the charm. That's a saying for a reason, and I've seen teams find that third roster, that third lineup, it wins, and then it reverse sweeps.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're a Samurai fan, you hope that third time's the charm because they don't get another shot after this. Uh, but dude, a sweep possibility is not something that I expected coming into the series.
No, definitely not, especially after, game number 1 being a 7-minute overtime. But, that's one of the, I don't want to say problems, but kind of one of the downsides of these best of fives. It's not so much of an endurance race. You lose the first 2 just because you played, a little bit off, or you just they got the lucky pinch, and it's pretty much, it can be over just as quickly as it started.
Yeah, maybe we should do the Pro Rocket League version where you play a best of 3, best of 7. That way you get a lot of games, and the team that's better really wins. But now Samurai starting off hot as they're the ones that scores in the opening 30 seconds.
There you have it. Stevie Fades with a beautiful pass from the corner there, finding Blaze, awaiting that pass in the midfield, and he puts it behind the defenders and into the net. Samurai getting the first goal here, but Koala Bear is going to put that on Snipe with a goal line save, keeping the lead alive for the Samurai. Blazing, putting one down, and it is on, but Seuss is going to get in front of it and make the save. Sends it out to Davey in the midfield, but Stevie Fades is going to 50 with Davey there as Blazing tries desperately to get it out of his defensive zone. And looks like Stevie Fades and Snipe are both in the corner there, but they're going to peel off and allow Snipe to get the clear. Davey trying to keep the pressure alive for the Drakes. Only a minute gone so far, but with them being down, Koala Bear going to find the back of the net as Seuss bounces it off of the Samurai backboard.
Yeah, Seuss with a good controlled touch to beat the defender, Blazing awkward in net, and Koala Bear, we've said his name a lot this series, there to seal the deal.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely one of the prominent players in this series. I'm not sure if that was the case throughout the entire season, but Seuss gonna find a second one. I couldn't even tell what happened there. That just looked awkward.
Another double commit from Samurai, and Seuss just finds the open net there off the kickoff, and Samurai got to get their comms in line, and they've got to slow down and stop double committing if they want to win this one.
Yeah, and this might be where the change of the lineup is going to bite them in the butt a little bit here. But no, Stevie Fades is not done, and he's going to find another goal for the Samurai and his first of this match.
Yeah, Steve with a great touch off the backboard to himself. No one there in net to get there fast enough, and Steve tying this one up as we are just about 3.5 minutes left in this game.
Right, and I was gonna say I accidentally said it was his first goal of the match, and it wasn't of this game. But Stevie Fades pops it up in front of his own net. Snipe is gonna get a big clear and keep it from outside of the Samurai net. Stevie Fades off the backboard trying to find somebody. Blazing Dragon puts it up, but it bounces off of the top crossbar and doesn't go in. It's been seemingly the story of this series so far. Stevie Fades taking it back towards his own net. A little bit dangerous there. Seuss was there for the shot, but it did get sent out by Samurai's defense. Davey sticking with it. Gets the touch going the wrong way from what he was anticipating. Snipe puts it into the mid. Koala Bear's there trying to get mechanical with it, but not able to find the flip reset from the midfield. Stevie Fades, I'm not sure what happened right there. A bit of a miscommunication between him and his controller, perhaps. It looked like he was trying to get the heavy flick into the midfield. Stevie Fades going to pop it off of the sideboards. Davey is there trying to break up the attack. Blazing Dragon trying to come down and find the double, but Koala Bear clears it off of the backboard. Stevie Fades puts it back, though, as Samurai comes in, puts it out. Snipe missing his touch, but Stevie Fades keeping this offensive pressure alive here for the Samurai with 2 minutes left on the clock. Seuss gonna find a floater from the midfield.
Yeah, just bangs it downfield on net. Blazing just caught up too far, can't quite get the touch, and Seuss with the go-ahead goal with 2 minutes left to play.
That is not the position you want to be in if you are a Samurai player. However, with 2 minutes left on the clock, that's plenty of time for them to get one goal. We'll see if the Drakes can stand strong here. Snipe trying to get it through, but Davey holding strong on the goal line. Makes the stop. Koala Bear take control in the midfield. Koala Bear trying to get the air dribble. Stevie Fades takes it from him. The ball's out in the mid. Davey gets dunked by Snipe. The ball's still midfield. Nobody going for it. Davey on his rotation cuts and gets the touch. He can't find a second one.
Oh
Snipe and Blazing gonna double right there, but it looked like a pinch came out with a heater of a shot there, Squirrel.
Absolutely popped because that was but just slightly inaccurate, but you can't blame them for that one, as those are pretty hard to get on target.
They most definitely are. I fully agree with that. And usually at my level of gameplay, they come out 100% accidentally, but they're beautiful nonetheless. Seuss with a big dunk, but blazing, able to get in front of that ball just barely and make the save with only a minute left on the clock now. Samurai absolutely positively have to find at least one more goal. Davies going to be the one to find it, though. Drake's now up by 2 in game number 3.
Yeah, Snipe just couldn't quite get the touch, and Davy, no respect for the defense, knew the touch wasn't going to happen. Hits the ball, puts it in the net, and I can't really blame Davy. There's been a lot of missed touches from the Samurai on defense.
Yeah, that has been one of their downfalls. And then the double commits, but it seems like both of these teams have been double committing fairly equal. The Drakes seem to sort of clean up their double commits after game number 1, but they've still had a couple of slip ups. But Samurai just not able to find the back of the net in the most crucial moment so far. 30 seconds left on the clock here as Samurai tried desperately for one last attempt at a goal. Snipe putting one on, but Koala Bear and Seuss making a stop and showing off the Drake's defensive ability here. 10 seconds left. The final push here for the Samurai. If they're not able to make something happen, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote, and they will move on to the final match in the play-ins where they have one more shot at getting into the playoffs, but Drake's just secured their position and will be facing off against Dissolved in the playoffs. Congratulations to the Drakes.
Yeah, the Drakes, they really took game one, the 7-minute OT. They won it. They took that momentum and they really just rode that wave of momentum the whole way through, just putting on a great showing. The Samurai getting swept. The first time they met, they beat Drake's 3-1. The second time they lost 3-2, and this time they get swept. And I think that sums up the Samurai season pretty well. It starts off good. It got really tough there in the middle, and now they're kind of on this downward spiral. But they have one more shot on Saturday. They will be taking on the winner of Assassins versus Tigers. And that's going to be another absolute great match that we'll get to witness on Wednesday coming out of the Challenger League.
Yeah, that is going to be a fantastic one for sure. And it feels bad for Samurais, but like you said, they got one more shot at it. They did have a good season, but it did fall off for them. But Drake's really pulled it out here tonight. They really came playing 110% of their game, and they fully deserve that win right there and clinching I guess the 8th seed there in the
Yep.
playoffs.
And yeah, clinching the 8th seed and getting the longest overtime in history, as confirmed by Austin Rockerman himself.
There
And
you
I,
go.
I think Rockerman's saying we have an interview coming up.
Oh, looking good. Yes, it looks like we have Davey from the Drakes here to interview. Welcome to the booth, Davey. Congratulations on your win.
Hello, thank you very much.
No problem, no problem. Man, you guys looked really good out there, but did you know that you just set a Nemesis record for the longest overtime game?
Sush just told me that was crazy. that
Yeah.
was terrifying.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Let me ask you, what was going through your mind like, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes into that overtime?
Don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake.
Yeah, I fully get that. We were actually talking about that too. I was telling him, man, I was telling Squirrel that, man, this has become like a game of endurance here, just game number 1. So let me, moving out of game number 1 with that integral win, moving into game number 2, did y'all know, did the Drakes know that y'all pretty much had this in the bag? Or did you think that Samurai still had a chance to upset you?
We really didn't look at it like that. We look at it as we won game one. We stole it from them with the 5-second passing play, and we had to come in hot game two because we knew that they were going to want that game back. And once we took it and got that 2-goal lead right at the end, we were pretty set. So I mean, it wasn't really more of a yeah we got this, but it's more of a let's take it one game at a time, one goal at a time.
Yeah, and y'all, you took the momentum from game one, you carried it through the rest of the series, and it still wasn't easy. The Samurai have a very solid offense, but the defense held strong, and your offense popped off. So looking ahead to Dissolved, what are your predictions for your match against Dissolved? How do you think that's gonna go compared to this one?
Well, we gotta have faith in the boys, right? I don't think it'll be a sweep, but I think we gotta take the dub. Gotta have confidence in the boys.
Hey, you gotta have confidence in your boys, and let me just round this interview off, and let me get your vision on this. Are Drakes, and try not to be biased here. I know it's gonna be hard, but are Drakes taking this championship? Do y'all have this underdog story? Y'all gonna go from 8 seed to champs?
All I'm gonna say is we're gonna take it one game at a time. We'll see. Only time will tell.
Hey, I like it. Humble. I love the humble attitude, Davey. Congratulations on your win, moving forward, clinching 8th seed, and I appreciate you taking the time to come up here and interview with us.
Of course, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Most definitely. And ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much is going to wrap us up here tonight. We're going to put a closing lid on the first day of play-ins here. It was fantastic. I really appreciate everybody coming out and joining us this evening and sharing in this monumentous event as we kicked off season 6 play-in playoffs. Squirrel, it was fantastic getting back in the booth with you. I'm looking forward to more casts throughout this playoffs.
Absolutely, and I hope every playoff series lives up to the hype of that one. That might be the most hype sweep I've ever watched. Just the sheer offense coming out from both sides, and a lot to look forward out of the Challenger League. A lot to look forward out of the rest of playoffs, as we are set for a crazy offseason.
Most definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That is going to end our stream here tonight. We will be back Wednesday with 3 more play-in matches for your Rocket League pleasure. I would love for you to come back and join us again. Have a fantastic night, and thanks for coming out.